What's up, guys? I am back with another video. I've got the spreadsheet pulled up here. I've got my coffee, so we're going to get right into it. This is going to be my November income report with the Amazon Influencer Program. Now, today is December 20th, so I realize this is a little bit late, but such is the nature of a content creator. It's been a crazy couple months. So if you're familiar with this, this is my spreadsheet I've been tracking since February of 2023. That's when I got into the program, okay? Very, very late February. November makes 10 months in the Amazon Influencer Program. I have all of my income report videos on my Amazon Influencer playlist. You can always pause the video and go back to look at any of the prior months. But for now, we're focusing on November, quarter four, the time of year we've all been waiting for. So let's get right into it. We're going to open up a couple of these and see where we're at. So I was able to add a total of 40 videos for the month of November. That's pretty low. I've been averaging anywhere between like 60 and 80 for the past few months, but dropped down a lot. Experienced a little bit of burnout, I'll be honest. I've been going pretty hard since I started. Also juggling my other online businesses, holidays, things like that happen. So 40 videos. That put me at a total of 864 videos in the Amazon Influencer Program. It's actually probably a little bit more than that because sometimes I'll do a video of a product for the Inspire app and then maybe another one for a longer horizontal video, or maybe I'll go back and revisit a video, but total somewhere between 864 and 900 videos. Now, these next metrics I want to talk about here for a second. Total views, you can look at that whenever you log into your Amazon Influencer dashboard, and it'll say last 30 days up there in the top left. And I had a really big jump for the month of November, 234,114 total views. Now, I went through my videos to see, man, how did I get all these views? And I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video, where I'll kind of wrap up with some of my notes and a summary of what I think happened and kind of my thoughts moving forward. But you can see that's almost 100,000 more views than I got from the previous month. Clicks, okay, so how many clicks? You'd think with all those views, I should be getting a ton of clicks. And I did. I got a lot of clicks, 43,541. That's the highest clicks I've ever gotten since started the program. And it's a substantial jump over the past 3 months here in the mid 30,000 range. So a lot of clicks. And we'll see how that kind of results here with the sales and with the earnings and low days, high days, things like that. Now, the next metric that I track, and I really recommend other people track as well, is your average item price. The only way you're going to be able to get this is if you download the actual Excel file report, okay, by going to download reports on your dashboard, and you choose it for the month or the date range that you're wanting to get the data on. Then you have to summarize and get the average retail price of everything you sold. It'll tell every single item, even the returns, and you can see your average retail price. Now, I think this is important because I've done another video in the past, which I'll link to right up over there somewhere, where I talk about how tracking the retail price of the items that you're doing your videos on can give you a lot of data in terms of what's actually moving the needle for you. And for me, I found that a lot of the middle to higher price items I'm getting a better return on, and I'm having to produce less videos. So I made a concerted effort over the past, I'd say 2 to 3 months to focus on higher ticket items. I'll turn down a lot of the lower ticket items and instead focus on higher ticket items. And you can see here in the average item price, $53.11. That's, again, my highest average item price I've ever had. A substantial jump from the last few months, almost $9 or $10. And additionally to that, my average commissions have gone up. So this is an average commission. Same thing on that Excel file. You can run an average. And I'm earning on average $1.63 per video. Again, that's a big jump. I've been hanging around the $1.30 range. The exception is here in July. That was during Prime Day. There was some certain promotional things going on during that time. But right now, $1.63 average per item, and my average item price is $53.11. I'd highly recommend you go watch that video and you check and see what your average item price is, and whichever one is giving you the most returns, the most commissions relative to your total video count, that's where you should focus more of your efforts. All right, before we get to the monthly earnings, I want to open up a couple of these other ones really quick here just to kind of give you guys another look. These are some other data points. This one here is earnings per click, okay? This one here is earnings per video. This is your average earnings per day, and this is your earnings per video per day. These are just metrics that are easy to throw up in an Excel formula where you can kind of track and see where your trends are going. My earnings per click went up, my earnings per video went up, my earnings per day went up, and my earnings per video per day went up. So even though I produced less videos than I have in months, almost across the board, all of my metrics are up. And that's a testament to Q4, right? Increased shopping, increased clicks, but also to the work that I've done in the past, okay? That's the passive part. I'm reaping the rewards of the seeds that I planted 2, 3, 4 months ago in preparation for this Q4 event. So anyway, conversion rate is another one here that I've been tracking. This did go down 11.61%, and that is partly probably due to these inflated views, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, but also increased competition. A lot of people just doing a lot of shopping, but not necessarily buying. I'd like to see that higher, but I'm going to have to revisit that because I don't know why that's been trending down so much. Let me know in the comments if your conversion rate has also been trending down. It'd make me feel a little bit better. Okay, anyway, let's get to the month earnings. That's the good stuff. So how did we do for the month of November with the Amazon Influencer Program? And we are at $8,306.01. Fantastic. I'm stoked with that. I got to celebrate my successes, and you should too. And $8,300. I mean, that's a lot of money. I don't care who you are, where you're from. $8,300 a month is a great additional source of income. It could be a full-time income. It could be a side income, whatever you want to call it. I'm really happy with that. I know that some folks during Q4 made a lot more. A lot of folks made a lot less. But if you just look at the progression here, I mean, 10 months ago, I made $0, and then $1,000, and then $2,000, and then $4,000, and $6,000, and so on and so forth. There's been some roller coasters, some ups and downs, which we all talk about in our videos, but $8,300, I am very grateful, feel very fortunate to be a part of this program. I can't say enough good things about it. So let's move over here and check a couple other things. Okay, so right over here, my lowest day for the month of November was $79.92. This is Thanksgiving. That was Thanksgiving Day, because remember, you only get paid when items ship, not when they are actually purchased. And shipping, you know, UPS, FedEx, all those, they all decrease. USPS, everybody really cuts back on shipping on major holidays. Highest day for the month of November was $446.05. Another fantastic day. In fact, it is my second highest day ever, besides here during July when I had some really big days during Amazon Prime days. So that puts me at a total for the year so far, since I started in February, a total of $51,416.28. I mean, that's just awesome. I can't believe that. I'm stoked with that. If you had told me back in February or March when I started that, hey, if you just really push this and keep it going, you'll make an extra $50K this year, I wouldn't have believed you. But it just goes to show that sometimes you got to take a leap of faith. You got to really double down. You got to work for it. I mean, I've put in many hours, but anyone can do this. So if you're watching and you're thinking about the Amazon Influencer Program, or really any other side hustle that can be treated like a legitimate business where you are rewarded for your efforts, you really should think about going for it and going all in. Projected yearly is just a fun metric here that tells you if I were to carry that $8,300 a month for the entire year, that's $101,000 I'd make this year. Okay, now moving on to this section. This is where I put some notes. So every month I write my notes. So you can see here, you know, at the beginning, I said I went hard for 30 days. I did like 225 videos. You know, here you can see during Prime days, I said majority of videos I uploaded before Prime Day. The 80-20 rule I noticed was in effect. Well, then we had some really volatile months in September and the Octopolis, the poor clicks, you know, all this stuff. Finally, for November, a stable month. And I think the sentiment is shared amongst the Amazon influencer community. A lot of folks are reporting a more stable income. One thing I noticed is that some of my videos had very high views, but few sales. And that's going back here to this 234,114 views. And I think what happened was I had a couple videos that took off for whatever reason on the Amazon Inspire app. I think I had 3 videos that did over 30,000 views each. So like almost a third of all of those views, or over a third of all those views, were from just a couple of products. And I would like to say that I made millions of dollars off of all those views, but I didn't. I had a lot of views, but just didn't result in a lot of sales. I mean, the relative amount of views, 30,000 views, you know, I made some sales here and there, but it was nothing like the amount of views that it was getting. And I think that points back to the conclusion a lot of us have made, is that the Amazon Inspire app, I don't think you should neglect it. I think you should still make videos for it and optimize for it. It doesn't hurt anything, but I don't think it should be a priority above your horizontal desktop, long form content. I think a lot of people on the Inspire app are shopping and bored and just kind of looking. They're not necessarily ready to buy and add to cart. I could be wrong, and maybe that'll change. But that's what all those views were from. A couple of those just crazy views. I mean, and you know, I made some sales, but nothing substantial. The other thing I put is that my high ticket items are pulling their weight. So I talked again about here at the beginning of the video about how I was trying to raise my average item price. I'm trying to be very, very specific about what kind of items I source, what kind of agreements I make with manufacturers, to really focus in on higher priced items, especially those in the higher paying categories. And I've noticed that seems to be working, because although I don't sell as many as some of the lower volume items, it really, really seems to move the needle. So again, go to your data, look at your data metrics and see where are you getting the most return, the most bang for your buck in terms of your effort and in terms of the types of videos and their retail price. For me, there's no question those higher ticket items between $50 and $200 are the ones that are really pulling the weight. And then the other thing I wrote on here is that seasonal items seem to be working well. So I did another video, which I'll link to up here, that you can watch, that is all about buying products for the fall season, right? I did a test. I spent $1,500 on fall seasonal products, and I noticed those really did well, but then they kind of fell off. Now that we're in winter and more of a Christmas time frame, I bought some products for then, and now those products seem to be doing well. So the seasonal items are working. But one thing that I didn't write on here, and that I need to, is that I overlooked gifts. Okay, and what I mean by that is I didn't really review any products that were like specifically gifts, Christmas gifts, you know, holiday gifts that people buy, like toys and, you know, fun things and consumer electronics. I kind of went more like, what do people need during the winter, right? They need heaters, they need, you know, maybe a Christmas tree, they you know, these things that people tend to buy. Just like in the summer, you maybe think about pools and swimming and outdoor stuff for warm weather. I didn't really think like, oh man, what are some amazing gifts this quarter for? What's the hot trending gifts in electronics? And I think if you were to go back, or if I could go back, I would go back and do some more of those gifts. It's too late now. Christmas is in 5 days, but I'm going to remember that for next year, because I do think that some of those particular gift categories, those can really take off. You can get some high trending items. There's a lot of articles out there on like gift giving guides. I think you could go to some of the most popular websites that offer gift giving guides and then find those products, get your hands on them, do reviews on them, and probably do really well, because they're sending traffic to Amazon from those articles. And if your video's on that product page, chances are you're going to get some views and some clicks and some sales. So anyway, that's one thing that I overlooked, was the gifts. But overall, this has been a fantastic month. $8,300, a little over 51 grand. In December, we're already 2/3 of the way through December, and December is shaping up to be a fantastic month as well. So I'll have another video about that coming soon. And if you've watched this far, I want to first thank you for watching my video and encourage you to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And you should probably sign up for my newsletter. I started the newsletter a few months ago. I'm really excited about it, where I share information about my print-on-demand business, about Amazon Influencer Program, and tons of other side hustles I haven't even touched on here on my YouTube channel yet. So the link to sign up is down below in the description. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope everyone has a great Christmas, holiday, New Year, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.